What is going on, guys? So today we're going to be taking a look at several things here. We're going to take a look at the Tab 5 from M5Stack. We're going to take a look at the Tab5 Keyboard from M5Stack, as well as a CLI by a good friend, Notorious Squirrel. And we're going to take a look at some of the stuff that I've added to help improve it. I know he just basically made the foundation. It's pretty basic, but we were able to get Wi-Fi working, and I added a couple of other quality of life improvements. So let's go ahead and start with the Tab 5. So I'm going to use my antenna as a pointer because this screen is very reflective, as you can see, and it's hard to record with it. So anyways, right here we have our camera. At the top we have these two holes. They're our microphones. We have our beautiful display here. As you can see, it's very glossy, very highly reflective, very fingerprint prone as well, but it produces a very crisp and beautiful display, and you'll see that soon. Down here on the right side, right, we have our power button, which also serves as our boot button, which also serves as our reset button. So one press will turn on the device or reset it. Two taps will turn it off, and pushing and holding it will put it into boot mode. We have a USB-A, a USB-C, headphone jack, and a GPIO port there. If you wanted to add GPS or any other M5 modules that they have a huge lineup of different modules that are compatible. So on the back here, we have a mapping of what the internals are. Some more ports here, our battery slot. This right here is where the GPIO 10 pin is for the keyboard. It slides in that way, and then there's a clip on each side to hold it in place here. You can see right there, perfect. At the top, we have also two antenna ports. These are not as common as you would think. This is a ComX and a Wi-Fi port. Those are the antennas used on drone FPV goggles, right? So those little alien antenna looking things are those that connect right there. All right, let's go ahead and connect the battery, and you guys can see what we've got going on here. It's gonna be a little sideways, try my best not to. So we have the M5 keyboard. All right, now my honest opinion, price point, I think it's perfect. I think the key separation is, like, the spacings are great. My only concern and issue that I've had with this is two things. One, there's no backlight. So when you're using it in a darker room, it's hard to see. I do a lot of my work on these devices and stuff, messing around with firmwares and stuff at night, because during the day I just don't have any time. So when I'm, closing my day out, I want to be on the couch and I want to mess with some devices. I can't because I can't see, right? So that's one. Two, as close as the QWERTY keyboard that they got to, this middle row here with the orange caps lock button is, to me, the most frustrating thing, only because when you're trying to type something out and the word has A in it, I'm always wanting to hit the caps lock button, and that's mainly because of muscle memory. So everything shifts over. So the caps lock button I'm thinking is A, and the A button I'm thinking is S, and so on. So I'm having to go back, delete it, and correct myself. So it is very frustrating to have to do that. Maybe the caps lock could have been here and the symbol could have been someplace else. I don't know, but that's just kind of how, there's a delete button here and there's also a backspace button. So maybe the symbol button could have gone here and they gotten rid of the delete button. I don't know, but that's just my frustration with the keyboard. It also does feel cheap build quality wise. The keys are very tactile, so you can hear it click, and there's no problem with them clicking. There's no problem with the keyboard registering each click. So that's all fine and dandy, but my only frustration is there's no backlight, and the middle row, or the 2/3 of the row where the caps lock is frustrating because of the key placement. All right, what else? Okay, so that being said, there's no anything else connector wise. There's just two little screw threaded inserts there for, I'm not sure what, but eventually we can find out. All right, now on to the good stuff, the CLI. Now this is going to be a little hard to show. I'm going to try to put my son's little Lego piece under here to keep it stable so you guys can kind of see it more clearly here. So the CLI, so this was made by a friend of mine. Let's go ahead and reset it so you guys can see the splash screen for it. Notorious Squirrel, good friend. He's been messing around with the Tab5 quite often now, and he has been working on the case for the keyboard and the tab device itself. So where you can use it kind of like a clamshell style. When you're done, you can fold it and close it, right? So this is NS-DOS, so Notorious Squirrel DOS. And the CLI was pretty basic. And what we can do is we can do help, right? We can do help. And this stuff I've kind of redone. It had anything that you wanted to add, it just kind of placed it someplace and didn't have any kind of real organization or anything like that. So it kind of added some kind of folder system to where it houses everything. So system files is in one spot, your file browser editors and all that kind of thing are in another, your network stuff. So that's so far what I've done. If we do Wi-Fi scan, that'll just allow us to scan the different networks. And that reads off of the C6 chip that's in here. There's a P4 and a C6. The P4 is kind of the brains. The C6 is kind of the helping with Wi-Fi and things like that. So pretty cool. It is a little hard to get them two to work together properly, but once you do, it's off to the races. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to show you. We've added Matrix, which everybody kind of knows that already. You've got your little matrix screen, and as you guys can see, it's very fluid, very crisp. I definitely like the screen and the display on this. Now, we have some basic functionality. So if we click Wi-Fi, it'll give us Wi-Fi status, and it'll tell us some other commands that we can do. If we do help all, that'll pull up the command list for everything. So all of the commands that we can do so far. We do have some games on here. As you can see, we have at the top, let's actually scroll just a smidge. Here we have games, right? And then dice and coin and slot and guess. Now all of that is technically the games, and it's supposed to be housed in the games folder, but being it like this, we do have some tweaking to do, but we're getting there. What else do we have? Wi-Fi, we have a Wi-Fi dash, which is also pretty cool, something that I've added to kind of give us a basic display. I don't have it connected right now, but if I did, you would have the channels and the Wi-Fi network, the IP address, and all that kind of basic stuff. So all of it is still a work in progress. If you guys want to check this out, I'll leave the GitHub in the description below. If you guys want to mess around with this, be part of the project, and I would love to see what you guys can think of to add to the CLI here, because it would be absolutely fantastic. We've got it working somewhat. I'm going to go ahead and send my stuff to Squirrel to kind of push towards the project, and if he approves, then awesome. We have some basic Wi-Fi stuff. But anyways, that's going to be pretty much it. Just kind of a quick overview of the tablet, the keyboard, and the CLI that I'm super happy to mess around with and work and kind of get going. All right, so if you guys like this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, helps me out a ton. If you guys have any questions about this setup, the device, the keyboard, the CLI, leave them in the comment section below. I'll gladly answer those questions for you. Again, if you are interested in any of this stuff, I'll leave those links in the description so that you guys can click them and it'll take you right to it, okay? Well, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys have a safe day, and I will see you in the next one.